Aloha everyone, Joshua Hayes at BigWaveTrading.com. Tuesday's session was overall positive. My personal long positions did very well. I did have some end of day partial sell signals and end of day full sell signals, and that should always be expected even on a good up day whenever you're either long or tracking 230 stocks. I'm still tracking 230 stocks. Folks, this is due to the market not correcting more than 10% ever, and or when it does, it only lasts a couple of weeks. It's not like we've corrected 10%. It lasted 3 to 5 months to get through before we start moving higher again. It's not like we're correcting 20% in a month to 2 months. So as long as we don't correct, the market doesn't clear out the weak and hold up the best of the best for me to really push on the long side. I know on an end of day basis when the setups are perfect, and I know when I need to piecemeal my trades. I could not operate like this if I had a smaller sized account. So I will always continue to let everyone know, if you do have a smaller sized account, pay a lot in commissions. Be selective in your long positions. Just because you see me go long something doesn't mean you should. Check it out and see if it works for you. And on that note, this evening, I have quite a few long positions. Again, I have 5 new overall long positions. 3 quality, 2 speculative, and then I have 3 ad signals, 2 quality, 1 speculative. Nothing is that great. There's issues with all of them. But the one thing is that they're all either currently CanSlim or Perfect Speculator quality stocks. Those are my best of the best. Those are the highest quality of the quality stocks. My top Perfect Speculator, or my Perfect Speculator scan, is based off the book The Perfect Speculator by Brad Kotishwar. I recommend everyone read it. Since we've created this scan back in 2006, started to use it more in 2012. Took me a full 6 years to really understand that this is my best scan. The highest quality signals with the highest odds of success comes from this scan, and CanSlim quality stocks are CanSlim quality stocks. They're self-evident. But that being said, this evening's long positions, none of them are completely perfect. So let's start off with the quote quality long positions. KMPH is from my Perfect Speculator scan. KMPH is sub $10 and is extended from its 20-day moving average. And you can see, even though it's a pocket pivot point signal today, it's not like volume was huge, but the volume is higher. The BOP did surge. I got a pocket pivot point signal. So with KMPH, I definitely want to get long. Limit order, the 7 first cut loss level will probably be right here. Final one right there. I can't see me letting this stock, I don't see myself giving this stock too much wiggle room. It's either going to move higher or I want to get out of KMPH. But I'm limited with my capital. I only have $19,000 to place into all of these 8 long signals. So what I'm going to do is all these, even though that they're Perfect Speculator quality, they're speculative. Everything is going to get 0.5% except for the 2 ad signals that are CanSlim quality, with one also being Perfect Speculator quality. So KMPH is going to be 0.5%. NEPT is a stock we were once long. I was long right here. Got this uptrend, but it gave me a confirmation close below the 50-day moving average on above average volume sell signal, also closing below this low. But now I'm getting a pocket pivot point signal, volume surge, bops up to green. So I want to get long NEPT. NEPT also, once again, extended. So 296, the limit order. First cut loss level is going to be right here, this low right there. My final cut loss level for now is right here. If this level goes before this level comes into play, I'll be moving my stops up. And for this one, I might do a stop here, and then a final stop here. So we'll find out. Either way, I'm only putting a couple grand into this stock. I'll be really quick to cut my losses if it doesn't move higher immediately. I don't love it, so I'm going to be careful. This is probably my favorite, quote favorite overall new long position. QRHC is from my Perfect Speculator scan. Once again, the volume and the BOP surge with the pocket pivot point signal, hammer candle over candle. But QRHC is extended from both the 20 and 10-day moving average, so it's even more risky. So I want to get long 253, and once again, I'm not quite sure where I want to use the stop, so I'm pretty sure I want to do it in 3s. You could even do it in 4s, one here, one here, one there, and one there. But either way, if this level goes or this level goes on the heavier volume, loses green bop, these stops will never come into play. So it's a completely dynamic situation. But as you can see, the quote quality stocks are all under $10. So they're not really high quality. They're only quality because they're in my perfect speculator scan. It looks for stocks that have made at least 100% moves during the past 52 weeks and are within 20% of their 52-week highs, and the best stocks are close to their all-time highs. So you can see NEPT isn't there, KMPH isn't here, QRHC isn't there, so they're not technically the best of the best. Now the two ad signals, VRCC and IPCC, as you can see, they're near all-time highs. Now IPCC has been bought by KMPH, or KMPR, how funny how the ticker symbols, which basically is coiling at the 200-day moving average, and insurance stocks look good. That's not the one, FAF. Nope, come on, Josh, think. FNF, that's it, FNF. So I saw a lot of insurance stocks make high volume moves today. So IPCC is being acquired by KMPR. Nice chart pattern, but I'm working off IPCCs. It's still a CanSlim quality stock on its own merit, and it was in my green bop for the past 20-day scan. It's not extended, so I want to get long. Limit order 119.30. First cut loss level right here. These lows right there. Final cut loss level right there, the gap up low following the buyout news by KMPR. But IPCC is technically supposed to be 1.5% of my capital. I won't be able to do that. I won't be able to put even 1% into it. It's going to get about 3,500. But with IPCC being near its all-time highs, you would think that's the better one, but you got to look at KMPR. But even then, KMPR is closer than any PT, QRHC, and KMPH is to all-time highs. VRS is one that I've been shaken out of, but I'm still tracking on an end-of-day basis. I believe I had my final cut loss at 1442. Intraday here on February 6th, it cut me out, but it closed at 1471 above my final stop that I had on the books. So I'm still tracking it on an end-of-day basis for the website. So once again, another stock I'm tracking that I don't have a position in. But today, candle over candle, hammer candle over hammer candle, big volume surge, big bop surge. VRS is basically a CanSlim quality stock. Sales growth isn't quite there, and it's a perfect speculator scan quality stock, and it was in my price volume bop surge scan, and as you can see, it is near its all-time highs. So if the market does break out and move higher, this should be one of the better ones. VRS, I want to get long, limit order 1743. My first cut loss level will be right here. My final one, I haven't quite decided yet, but I think it'll be split up between here, and then maybe even all the way back here. And like I said, remember that first level goes, you can forget about all these coming into play. I'll move them up immediately. These are just initial set stops in case the stock crashes immediately on day one. Unless it crashes immediately on day one, if I set stops back here, guys, they're never coming into play. Now, the quote speculative quality stocks that I'm also going long, CDNA. CDNA used to be perfect speculator quality, but as you can see right now, it's ever so slightly off that 20% level. So it's still up 100% plus in the last 52 weeks, but it's currently just slightly over 20% off the high. If CDNA moves above this resistance level right here in the 50-day moving average, it's going to return back to my perfect speculator scan, thus making it a quote quality long signal. But CDNA, I want to get long, limit order 584, first cut loss level here, second cut loss level here, then maybe a third here, and then a final one here. Like I said, I can't get full positions in any of these, so since I'm taking a smaller position than normal, I'll give myself some loose final stops before moving it up. But CDNA used to be perfect speculator, was in my price volume bop surge scan, so I'll definitely be putting a couple grand into this one. CO, this used to be CanSlim quality stock. It's now an ex-CanSlim quality stock. You can see that previous uptrend with all of that accumulation, all these pocket pivot point signals, and all of that green bop. Quiet consolidation relatively overall, and now it's starting to see a lot of accumulation. Green bop has come back into it. Pocket pivot point signal off the 10-day moving average. It is extended from the 20-day moving average. But being an ex-Cancel quality stock and being in my price volume BOP surge scam, still want to put a couple of grand in it. Still consider it quote unquote speculative, higher quality. But CO, gonna get a couple grand in there. And then the last ad signal is completely speculative, so I will completely pass on it. And like I said, not every stock escaped the selling or escaped unharmed today. ABG, a stock I've already been knocked out of completely right here on this day, still trading on an end-of-day basis. That's a confirmation close below the 50 full sell signal today. And Disc K, I was in SNI, and SNI, I tried to play the SNI Disc K merger, thinking that the stock would break out here, but instead Disc K has just completely rolled over, and it triggered my final sell stop, which I believe was right below 2029, hit 2011 intraday, knocking me out. But on an end-of-day basis, this is a confirmation close on above average volume below both the 50 and 200-day moving average. So Disc K is a full sell. All right, everyone, FOMC is tomorrow. I'm glad that I'm fully maxed out on capital, and I'm glad that these long positions aren't that great, because if I did get a great signal today, it would be hard. Like they even set up anymore. Hilarious, 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 hilarious. But even if one would, ahead of the FOMC, it's just a dangerous proposition. There's an 18% chance that they hike 0.5% tomorrow. So we're going to find out. Anyway, I'll see you in the chat room on Wednesday. Aloha.